For the latest team news, updates, and more, tune in on 97.1 The Ticket, the radio Lions.
Well, happy Thanksgiving, everybody. I don't know what to make of that game. That game was nuts. First half, Lions dominated the whole first half. Didn't allow to touch any points. Led 16-0. The only problem was they moved the ball down the field, but then they had to settle for field goals a lot. They scored one touchdown, but then like 3 field goals. And so it looked like it was just going to be an easy win. Second half happened. And second half, I have no idea what happened. It looked like a team that just was fatigued or something. They kept getting injuries. There were stupid penalties. The Bears were getting people wide open all the time.
Go Lions!
The Bears tip my hat to the Bears. They made it a game. Caleb Williams looked terrible first half. Looked like a bust in the first half. Second half, he looked like I don't know what he looked like the next Patrick Mahomes in the second half. Or either he looked like it or we made him look like it. It's just bad tackling, bad penalties. But the one thing the NFL has taught me is that there are going to be games where you win ugly, and this is it. Then the Bears, they did this to the Packers. They did this to the Vikings. So they're not as bad as their record looks. They just caught a few bad breaks. But with that said, the Lions could have easily played better in the second half. The one penalty, the one thing that frustrates me was the penalty on Jameson Williams. He threw the ball at the Bears defender. I've been a defender of Jameson. I think a lot of the stuff that gets thrown at him gets overblown, but when it starts affecting the game, there's no excuse for that. You need to chill your boat. And Dan Campbell knew that, and that's why J-Mo didn't even go back in the game after that. So I'm still kind of recovering. That was way more nerve-wracking than it needed to be, but I'll take the win. The Lions are 11-1. I don't know. That's probably their first time they've ever been 11-1. I'll have to look that up. If I have to give a game ball, I guess I'll give it to Laporta because he has scored the only 2 touchdowns. And he's overdue. He has been struggling this year, so it's nice to see him score. But look, we're going to have to play better than that if we're going to beat the Packers next week on Thursday night. Packers are... I know Chicago gave Packers some fits, but I feel like Detroit let Chicago back in that game. And then Chicago, in turn, let us win. Because that 2 minutes, I know I'm not a Bears fan. I'm more of a Lions guy, but I have a critique of the Bears. That 2-minute offense was terrible. How do you not call a timeout? The Lions are very lucky they won this game. The Bears had 1 timeout left. They could have easily called that timeout, save time, and just do a little pass over the middle and then kick the field goal, go to overtime. Instead, they let the clock run and they just throw one last Hail Mary. They could have had 3 plays in that whole segment. There was a good 20 seconds left. And the Bears could have easily kicked the field goal if they coached it right. But instead, we got bailed out. I'll take it. Wins aren't easy to come by in the NFL, even against the small teams sometimes. But I tip my hat to the Bears. They gave us a good game. I don't think anyone's going to put us at number 1 in the rankings after this week, but you never know. Those rankings don't mean anything. The only thing that matters is wins, and we're 11-1, and we're staying on top of the NFC North. And now I gotta go home. Going to eat some turkey. But that's that, I guess. It's gonna take me a while to get home. My next report will be 2 days from now as Michigan takes on Ohio State. Who knows? I mean, Chicago kept this close. Maybe Michigan will keep the Ohio State game close. Who knows? But I'm not looking forward to that. But we'll see. Maybe they surprise me. And then the Lions' next game is next week on Thursday night against the Packers. And I signed up for Black Friday to get that game off so I could defer, use a vacation day. But they wouldn't. They're not working, or my department's not working, and I'm not trained in other things. So I'm going to miss that game next week. So that's just a personal issue. One thing I'll also add, the halftime show by an artist named Shabuzi. It was actually pretty good. I was actually impressed. Way better than last year's halftime. Last year's halftime, they had Jack Harlow. Terrible. Mumble rap crap. It was all on one side of the field. Shabuzi was way better. I love that song. That song, Tipsy, I don't know the name of it. It's catchy, though. It's starting to grow on me. So there's my music taste for the day. I guess that'll be it for now. I got to get going. I got to kind of have a lot of running around to do for this Thanksgiving. So with that said, go Lions, go Blue. My brain's not all together after that game. Go Tigers, go Pistons, go Red Wings, and happy Thanksgiving to everyone out there watching. I appreciate your views and all that you support me. So that's it from Fort Field. Happy holidays, happy Merry Christmas, all that stuff. Have fun.